Hello, everyone. It is me, Joseph Rain for Rain Plays Games, and I have along with me Daiki.
Yo, what's up?
I have Eli, Katie Knight 12. I have Kevin Shadow 000.
Hello.
And I have Joey, the New York Ninja.
Heyo.
So this video for this episode is actually going to be a little bit different because sometimes you do a recording and then it decided to fuck with you. So long story short, while recording, I was able to, of course, have audio off of my mic, but the desktop audio that includes the game and Discord did not have audio, and it's unfortunate because we could not even do a restart on the week, so we're gonna have to do with that. But of course, it is up, of course, fully recorded and all that, so why not actually have it as a commentary episode for this one?
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Well, other than that, let's just see what happens. So the first thing that I want to say about like these intros, indeed, is that my editing software definitely had some presets to use. Some of them I had to like try creating myself. Ones that I think I had to create myself in a way were, of course, Daiki's and Kevin's for their brands, even for season 1.
Yeah.
So I was, of course, like laying over for Eli for all the promises that he had, and
Yeah.
and all that. Yeah, I definitely gotta say with
Rollins,
the
once the fight Tony D'Angelo, forget about it.
About it.
I will say the rewarding of the commissioner goals for this year is a lot more underwhelming in a way than what you expect, because
You don't get any like game breakers.
Yeah, because some of them are, of course, like the whole XP thing, which, don't get me wrong, it's great to actually level up to get the other, like, perks for your wrestlers and all that. And as far as I know, it even helps boost the match just a little bit in a way. Even if, like, let's say both of them were, like, a level 20, and they only have his, like, 40 to 30 popularity or something like that. Even
I noticed Psycho Sally has 100 stamina. I forgot about that.
Well, you haven't really been using her for quite some time. Even
At least at this point.
In the bathroom
Yeah.
break match. to kind of ensure that I can get good booking.
When a local versus local wrestler was going to do that.
Yeah,
many.
Yeah, and
I don't think I ever used that many locals. Now that I remember it.
Well, in the well, no, Kevin, you technically, well, not in this season, but season 1.
Not actual matches. This is what I'm saying. I remember having just for promo.
Yeah, that is true. But you did had one for season 1 to actually wrestle with.
Look at me interfering on Seth Rollins' behalf instead of Seth freaking Rollins. He should just change his name to Seth $1 Million Rollins.
Fair.
And then he comes out dressed like a ghetto gender swapped Carmen Sandiego.
The world is Carmen Sandiego.
You can dress as anything and get away with it.
That's just more like, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
God, I love that game show.
Yeah, that was really, it was really nice. Like, you get to learn things too about like the history stuff.
Yeah,
I never actually watched that show.
Yeah,
I just know it was a thing.
If history class was like that more often, then like I would go to school every day. But of course not. It has to be shitty and boring and all that.
By the way, you know the host of that show, Greg Lee?
Yes.
You know he voices the mayor and Doug?
Oh, does he? Oh, okay.
Yeah, he does. The guy that goes, "Hey, how you doing? Vote for me."
How you doing? Yep, vote for me. Vote for mayor.
There's just one thing that I want to like mention, and that was, of course, the shakeup that I was showing. You know how like usually it shows the shakeup die next to like a wrestler in case if it's active for that wrestler or something like that. I couldn't even find who was holding it for the shakeup. For
Huh.
for this time for Eli, so it was difficult for me to like remember and all that. And it's like, and the one thing that I never wanted to do when it comes to like during a recording session is of course go back and actually see who had what and all that.
Yeah.
But so
This was like a
much.
time when all my wrestlers were like low stamina. So
Yeah.
I'm like trying to like not get them to.
All except Psycho Sally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do have to say
He fluffed
with the
his.
whole, I do have to say with the whole like email stuff that we do see from this game compared to 2K23, there's been a lot more that has been more unique, such as two wrestlers emailing you at the same time, both wanting, of course, a main event match and all that, and of course there's even some other ones such as basically an ad brand that wants to try boosting your fan count.
I forgot Beth Phoenix got injured on my roster.
I think Zoe Stark also was shown injured as well. In all that. Yeah. One other thing that I will definitely say is like I of course let them have free control of how they want to book, and it's like, and I tend to give them suggestions and all that. It's like I'm not the one to say, oh yeah, this is how I would book it. I'm just basically saying it as suggestions and all that. It's like sometimes you'll have someone that you have and you want to face it, but that one is low on stamina, so you're gonna have to find someone else, and you have
You push him in the
nothing.
right direction, basically.
Yes.
I get the feeling you probably give me the most suggestions out of anyone here because I'm like the least experienced with this
Well,
thing.
yeah, because you haven't really been. I don't think you have been playing the WWE games as of lately, or even have done like a GM mode or MyGM in the WWE games.
The last WWE like simulation game I owned for myself was 2K17, so yeah, it's been quite a while.
Okay, so you were a bit far back in a way.
Like, the last WWE game I had in general was like 2K Battlegrounds, and I got
Oh no! Oh
You didn't
god,
end up
that
good,
sucked.
yeah. I was hoping for like a WWE All Stars 2 with that game, and it just didn't work out for me because I loved the WWE All Stars.
People would think that would likely be the All Stars 2 because it's the arcade style, but nope, not at all.
Yeah.
And it was basically a dumbed down version of that with microtransactions up the wazoo.
That is true enough. Yeah. The only other time that WWE All Stars, the only other time that WWE All Stars really had to like do with that was just DLC, and they didn't really do much of DLC anyway. It's just for 2K Battlegrounds, you have to unlock them.
No. Yeah.
And it was still so weird because
it's the ultimate mafia.
Yeah, because the game itself was released in 2021 because of the whole cancellation of 2K21, and they had a lot. I think they had like a couple of wrestlers on there that were even released in 2020.
Yeah.
So it was way far back.
Yeah, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson were in that, and I think they had just gotten released around that time.
Yeah. I think, let's see, Curtis Axel, I believe, was also in it. Eric Rowan? I'm not too sure if he was.
Remember.
Yeah.
I did find it actually pretty cool how, like, Seth Rollins, well, of course Seth Rollins was in the game, but I did actually kind of like how he had, like, his, The Rising song on, like the one that goes do 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 do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually like that one. He didn't have that for very long, but I actually like that song.
That was part of his heel run. Yeah, they did, of course, bring that song for 2K22 if you choose the Seth Rollins 2020.
Yeah,
I want to say the 2020.
yeah, because that's when he got it. And he got it like during the pandemic.
Yeah.
era.
Was that when he was working with Murphy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, but it was like his
Who they get to do the
little
spot?
slave.
Yeah, but Buddy Murphy and who of course is Buddy Matthews in AEW, and Austin Theory was part of it, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh. I thought he was still with the Way at that point.
He went back to NXT a little after that, and then the Way happened.
Michael Sackley.
Yeah. Yeah, because
I'm not
even
used to that
She
part.
looks like she's creeping up on someone with that pose. It's like, just
I'm
like
gonna
a little-
hypnotize you with my wardrobe.
yeah,
I would.
it's
Yeah,
kind of
outfit, though.
yeah, it's kind of funny how like so much of it is. It's like you had Cycle Sally for quite a while. You had been using her, then you stopped. I don't think you even use
I've
her
had
in
her
promos
the
for
whole
sometimes.
season.
Damn.
I feel like I've had her the whole season.
Have you?
Or close to
know.
the whole season.
I'm not too sure anyway because you've been doing
I
only
think you may
5
have gotten her like
contracts.
3 weeks into the second season. I know she wasn't in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I definitely think I've had her for like a long time. I think I remember Bianca Belair was one of my draft picks.
yes, that is
Yeah,
true.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She
because
your
majority.
keeper? Your keeper? Or did you get her from the draft itself? I'm trying to remember.
I got her from the draft. I remember I didn't have her last season.
Yeah,
I think
Okay.
my keepers were Miz and McIntyre and I think Spike Dudley and maybe Scripps because he was a WWE champion at the time.
it was like
Right.
either him or Tony D'Angelo that was one of your other keepers.
Yeah, I pretty much all my keepers were like pretty much whoever I had as my champions at the time, and I think there
Yeah.
was probably like one other guy. I don't know.
It's hard to tell because like let's see, because if you ended in second place for season 1, then you would actually be able to keep 4 keepers or up to 4 keepers. But if you were in third place, you would be up to 5 keepers.
Yeah, so
Well, I
you
know
had,
I had at least like 3.
so you had
I
5
know.
keepers. You had Miz, McIntyre, Scripps, Tony D'Angelo, and Spike Dudley.
Okay, so there you go.
Oh,
All
you
of them
you
might have
skipped
been-
the episode?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Does
It's-
anyone else want to know theirs?
You might
I
as
remember
well
mine.
anyway.
Yeah.
Um
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking about here. We were just on the injury list for a long time.
I think I was kind of doing a suggestion point. It's like if you want to have them both back at the same time, because Zoe Stark was in 3, will be back in 3 weeks, but Beth Phoenix will be back in 2 weeks.
All right.
Tools for the job. Bingo. Now I want you to do me a favor, Phil. Say cheat.
The fuck?
I saw like one of my my power card challenge, my like GM trophy challenges was like it was called Tools for the Job for like purchasing
400,000 power cards. $400,000 of power cards.
I was gonna say. I don't think you can hold that many power cards.
Mhm. Power card extend.
Do you
Also,
like to buy in
oh.
bulk? Imagine buying all of these in bulk.
Yeah. I was going like, wait, there's actually what is special guest? But then I realized, oh right. At this point, I probably did unlock special guest ref matches. Maybe.
Not 100%
I never got
sure,
that
but
card.
But yeah, because matches tend to, like, if you want to lock a match, you'll get a power card based on that match, such as, you know, a booster or something that can help.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember when I was playing it, it was like once I finally got in the casket match, you know how the stipulation is, it's like whoever loses will be gone from the roster.
And then you start getting the power card that basically blocks that. Okay, I get it.
Yes.
I've never seen that, by the way.
Is what that was for the casket match?
The thing I was saying. Yeah, because you might be commonly seeing the one that will, of course, be what is it? The match booster and all that, and all.
Yeah.
All right, so Theory wants to fight Jake the Snake Roberts.
Yeah, and I think their rivalry ended around that time.
Yeah, I think so. I think I probably rejected it. I'm pretty sure I did.
I'm pretty sure you have, because I think we were already in like talks of like who's going to be next for Roberts.
Yeah.
Was Charlotte one of your keepers, Daiki? Because I feel like you've had her all through the season.
My keepers were Charlotte Flair, Muhammad Ali, and Tamina. So yeah.
Okay. Okay, so what did he want?
He just basically wants Daiki to be in his corner within 3 weeks.
Oh, he wants him to do a GM interference. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course,
I
Austin
don't know
Theory
about
would
that
want that.
No, it's not Austin Theory. That's Diamond Dallas Page.
What a heel.
Okay, never mind. I saw Austin earlier. I thought you were talking about Austin. I just recently watched like clips of him like selling moves. Like
Yeah.
You and us having a little partnership? That's not a bad thing. It's a good thing.
You know,
I just
Diamond Dallas Page has been helping out Lex Luger a lot recently.
Yeah, again with the yoga, it does wonders for like former stars that are having trouble with their
I
life.
know. Even
Yeah, I
those
mean, AJ
that
did that
yeah,
after Wrestle Kingdom and before he went to WWE. He actually went to DDP.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
look, he's been coming around a lot lately.
Oh, there's the page.
I noticed.
Alright, so I accepted that because I didn't want him being annoyed or anything, so I just went with it.
That is true. Yeah, I mean, it's like I don't think you had a card left because you didn't have like another of that GM card or
Yeah.
whatever it's called.
At least one last man standing.
I
Two
feel
to
like
move.
Because his popularity and stamina was just so good, I just couldn't get rid of him, so I just decided, alright then.
Try not to like bring down our wrestlers' morale if I can help it. Like I think the
Oh
only
yeah, I
time
forgot
really
about
do
the
it is if I,
bootleg,
like,
super bright,
fucking,
Tippy
hey,
Long
how do I
stocking
do
over
your
there.
half-time?
Ooh.
I always Pippi as can be.
Falls Count Anywhere or TLCs?
I always find it funny how like Falls Count Anywhere is like one of the cheapest matches that you could purchase, but it's such a stamina and a match quality gainer.
Just trying to find it.
I mean, I imagine Falls Count Anywhere can be a stamina killer.
Oh yeah, it's the only match that has extreme stamina cost. So yeah,
Yeah, that is true.
Anywhere?
it's rough.
As for TLC, it was like high and high, if I'm not mistaken.
One.
Yes.
Yeah, because I know Hell in a Cell was very high, and all that.
Well, obviously, Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you basically yeah, I remember like of course when a lot of these promises happen, it's like it was either you are trying to go for promises that you can actually keep up with without hurting anyone, or
Yeah.
it's promises
Oh, you have
that
the freaking block. You have the block of freaking power card.
Yeah.
For the best offense?
Yeah.
The best
yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen that one. I figured that was like an NXT kind of thing.
No. So yeah, that power card basically it allows you to block off any power card that's going against you, but only the first one. It does not, however, do any branded or GM power card that goes against him.
So like if Kevin uses Extreme Rules 1, it wouldn't block it.
No.
Yeah, it would not be able to block. If let's say the Veto Random Star was likely used on him, and like let's say one Veto Random Star happens, and then the Veto Champ happens, one of them would of course be the first one. I think whoever was playing first, if they do the power card against him first, then that card is going to be blocked, but the other one will still remain.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, even a lot of the power cards that they have been doing is, of course, like nerfed and very new, of course. Just like the bad publicity ones that could allow you to steal a percentage of fans. And Veto Champ and Veto Star, not Veto Random Star, you, of course, cannot do, you cannot activate the week before the PLE. So there's that. I was, of course, like seeing
You
every
also had
other
55
thing.
trades. I forgot.
Yeah, the whole trade challenge is such a struggle, even if you're just going to be doing it alone against the CPUs, because you are either not going to be able to get trades that you want, and they're going to be offering ones that you're not wanting. Only a few times.
I was trying to
has that
help you,
happened.
Daiki. We could have traded RVD for Pat McAfee. You could have gotten that challenge done.
Yeah, of course.
Gottsteiner.
Back to like maybe this is
is
actually signs of him coming back to but actually being in the Hall of Fame.
For Lex Luthor?
It was
Lex Luthor?
yeah, Lex Luthor, yeah. Not to be second by
Luthor.
DC. Luthor.
Yeah.
I always had that mixed up too. So
yeah, sometimes
Lex Luthor fought in his match, then stole 40 cakes.
But yeah, like it was in an interview with some guy regarding like
Chris
the Hall
Van
of Fame.
Vliet, yeah, Chris Van Vliet is an amazing interviewer for wrestlers.
Crazy how he gets in the show.
Yeah, he already had like a lot of the WWE wrestlers. He did.
AEW.
He did. He even did one with AEW. Even did one with Joe Hendry as well. And they don't just, and they're not just one-time interviews. Sometimes they will do interviews again. In fact, even Will Sasso recently did an interview with him.
Yeah,
because of course Will Sasso is, of course, a wrestling fan in general.
I'm surprised he hasn't interviewed Fluffy yet.
Oh, Gabriel Iglesias, I love him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
maybe there's a sign for him to be in the Hall of Fame.
And is probably one of the biggest WWE fans in the world. I'm not even kidding.
He's been on Stone Cold's podcast, I remember.
And I think he has like, I saw an interview, he has like a whole wrestling wall. Like a whole wall dedicated to nothing but wrestling memorabilia.
Yeah, that
a whole museum of Volkswagens, and then just a wall of wrestling.
There was like a network show, I think a WWE network show of like Austin, like with like he's driving cars or something, and he had like Gabriel on his show in like one episode.
Right.
It was some kind of show that starred Austin, but he had like guest stars, and like one of the guest stars was Gabriel.
Hello, Gabriel.
It's Gabriel.
Gabriel.
You do not want to fuck with Gabriel.
Gabriel.
Braun Breaker, your current Intercontinental Champion.
Do you know what? I gotta say, even with the current stuff that's been going on with like you know, A-Town Down Under with like of course Austin Theory and
I come from an
Grayson Waller.
Yeah, thank you. I always forget how his name is, because like it's so weird to have, like, for me, because like Grayson Waller is like one of those ones that like you first looked at him once he made his video game debut, and and you're not the one that watches NXT a lot. It's like, okay, he looks good. And then once he made his actual
He's dancing.
yeah, and then once he made his actual debut, it's like, oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, even some I could even criticize some wrestlers on their debut, not only with like the main roster but in NXT as well. It's like the one that got to me. It's like great in the indies, but I got annoyed with him once he started.
They can't really
NXT.
fit into like the WWE mold, I think is what you mean.
Yeah, well, not necessarily, but it's just like I kind of got annoyed like with how he was at the start.
Right.
It's the one that comes into mind first when it comes when I say something like that would have to be Matt Riddle.
Yeah. But he made it work. I mean,
he did made it work, and that's why I'm saying it's like great in the indies, but it was so annoying to start when he was in NXT.
He did become NXT champion over there, right?
He did not.
Yeah, I don't remember him being champ, so yeah.
Yeah, I think he was
At least one
only.
title in NXT.
Yeah, I don't think he had. But he has been the United States and the Raw Tag Team Champions. I think he had held. I mean, now that I'm thinking of it, maybe he held the Tag Team Championships in NXT. I'm not too sure. I think he held it with Pete Dunne.
Yes, yeah. And he also won the Tag Team Classic over there.
Oh,
Yeah, that, and I think that is how they got their number one contendership.
Yeah. I think sorry. I think now, recently, he is the current MLW champ.
He has been working in MLW, and I think he has won a championship there. So there's that.
I love how much Neon Bright Star just stands out. Like you get like all the other wrestlers just kind of in like dark clothing and like
straight up, one of these things is not like the others.
Well, she was the poster wrestler of the brand, and yeah, I don't know.
She was.
Yeah, because I think you had such a strong start with her. I don't know if she got boosted, if she was one of the ones that got boosted with that one shakeup.
Okay, here's the thing. So, like, I thought that I could get extremely far with her. And
I don't see the thing anywhere.
But like,
I don't even see the Fantastic Four.
I feel like with Braun Breaker, I've got so far with him. Like, he's just been insane. Like, the popularity has just been nuts.
Yeah, and then you get Whitney Quaid, who is currently on here level 1, and yet she already has a lot more popularity than you expected.
Whitney Quaid's been good as well, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's basically a don't judge a loco in a way.
Okay. I'm gonna remember that Rob Van Dam is a freaking immortal fighter.
I see Whitney Quaid more of the poster wrestler for my brand rather than Neon Bright Star, to be honest. Even though she does look the part.
Rowdy.
Yeah, you do like so much that you attempted to go for a loco. It's like a lot of times it's best to get the ones such as To the Moon or any of the other like popularity boosters to try helping out.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jerry Sweat. That yeah, Jerry Sweat. That used to be someone that Joey had in last year's game.
Oh, Jerry Sweat.
I can't remember who else I had as well.
Does this guy kind of remind me of Jazzy Jeff from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? If he grew up in like the modern day.
Was that the guy who kept like getting kicked out of the house, flying off?
Yes.
By Uncle Phil.
I kind of see that.
Yeah, I like that running gag.
In last year's game, Daiki, you had Matador.
This skinny
That's the
white
one.
boy.
Yeah. Yeah. Matador. Of
I
course.
had such good ones for myself. Lula Tanning and that
I just thought of that.
fucker.
I just thought of it like Matador, right? And his like real name is Matt A. Door. Like,
Yeah.
That's kind of how it is.
The name's Door. Matador.
What's a Matador, eh?
His name's Matt. He's a door. Just ran through.
The door named Nada.
Knock knock. Who's there? The door.
Hold on.
Somebody attire dressed as a door.
Oh, you did have one.
Gimmick,
You
like
did
he
have a
just
successful.
walks out dressed like a door.
Yeah.
Knock knock. Who's there?
The
Your
door.
face hitting the mat. 1, 2, 3.
I would.
Close the door on his career.
Yeah.
His chances of victory have been slammed shut.
You know, even
Okay, what is
more.
his- what does
You know,
Shinsuke want?
yeah. Basically,
Well,
he was
yeah.
like. I think because CM Punk wanted a match last week. A
Yeah, he
singles
wanted
match.
out.
Yeah, a singles match last week.
Shinsuke Nakamura, the Invisible United States Champion.
Yes. Of course.
Once again, he's won a big card, and once again, he does nothing with it. I forget that he's a champ.
Yeah.
You know, I wish that as soon as we seen so much of the stuff that what was it? Shinsuke Nakamura has done in Japan recently, you would think that would be the same flow that he would actually get for coming back to SmackDown and WWE
All
in
right.
general.
This is when Punk leveled up.
Yeah. And surprisingly, that's not the case.
You're looking at the different. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it was Iron Man and TLC, I think I had him with.
I think I mistakenly put it as TLC, but it was Steel Cage.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not Page.
I picture CM Punk just being like, Joey, thanks for bringing me to Raw. Now I need a favor. I need you to have me main event WrestleMania.
I mean, I'm sure Kevin will do it because now he ain't my problem. Oh,
Fair. But
Right.
but that's a bit of a spoiler.
yeah.
Oops.
Right. This is when I was really strapped for cash, so I couldn't really buy any logistics.
That was me this week as well.
That's more cash than I tended to have most of the time. I feel like.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
between you and Daiki to actually be gaining a lot of cash throughout the weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, those
I think
movie
if they're-
deals definitely helped out. Like we got those
Yeah.
movie deals a couple weeks ago. Those helped out with the cash.
I
Didn't
think I
everyone
still-
get the movie deals but Daiki? Or like
Everybody but Daiki, but Daiki already had
I haven't had
around
a single
600,000.
movie deal.
I
That's
don't
crazy.
I don't think it's common for someone that is in first place to get the movie deal.
Yeah.
True.
I think it's more like, hey, we're gonna have you do this thing so you can start working your way back up.
chance time.
Again, all of my like everybody else, my characters barely have any stamina left.
Yeah, that was me too.
Well, by technically you have some that are very good, but it's just that some of the times you don't have exactly what you want to book immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, because I remember EO was in a rivalry with Gigi.
Every time I see that Gigi Dolan render, I keep thinking Becky Lynch. It just looks so similar.
Yeah.
Because of the whole orange hair and all that.
Yeah.
Technically that's
I mean,
Hellfire
kind of the
hair.
Same kind of hairstyle too.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, technically that's
Becky's a little bit darker.
Yeah, true enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, and technically Gigi Dolan has a Hellfire hair.
Hill's favorite fire.
Right, so that's my shake-up. Champions resolve.
Yeah, you had
So
only-
both my
100 popularity on AJ Styles. I forgot about that.
yeah, so it was both Becky and AJ would get a popularity boost, and from when I got the shake-up and then to the next PLE, they would win every one of their matches.
Yep.
Yeah.
Look at Becky being
Which
on
that
this
makes
side.
sense because they're basically my ringers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was talking about this, I think, yesterday. Remember how Kevin said, like, whenever we got our drafts, we get that one, like, splash page of all of our wrestlers? And Kevin said Damian Priest was in every single one of his.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was.
I got the exact same thing with Becky Lynch.
Mhm.
Ever since I started this whole GM thing, she has been in every single one of my rosters.
From 2K23 to here, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. I wanted to point this out for a long time now. Now I think I finally had the chance to do it. I always thought that Becky, like that Isla Dawn, like the one with the like
Isla
white
Dawn.
cap and the cape thing.
Yeah.
I always thought that was like some other version of Becky Lynch, like her early days.
No.
No.
And I know, obviously, but it does look like that to me. For some reason.
It
I guess because of
was
the haircut.
it was something that is funny to think of, and
I see like Batista on your roster, Joey. That reminds me of how like I almost got the chance to have Batista on my own roster. I think I just ended up paying for someone else.
yeah, true. Yeah, because
I
you
think-
had
I forget- I
two
forget
you
who
had
I-
two different options to go with.
Yeah.
I think I had Thrasher or Dude Love that I paid for instead. Which I think I only paid for them because they were cheaper. Because like
Weren't they
I have
at
Batista's
weren't-
probably pretty expensive.
weren't they at 20?
So I think it's safe to say I have pretty much I've at least had in my show one character from every single freaking DLC.
Nearly
I don't think
so.
No.
I mean, I know Punk's a DLC character, but that's about it. I don't know the rest of the DLC. Oh, and Pat McAfee. Well,
And I also have
close to
Dragon
Pat
and Kyrie, who is from like the new, and Jade from the new Stars pack.
McAfee.
I had Punk from the ECW. I've used every single one of the Pat McAfee guys at least once.
That ain't gonna
So
work.
it basically leads to the WCW pack.
Yeah, but I think most of those guys are legends anyway.
I think that would actually be a pretty good match, Ricochet and Gunther.
Some maybe.
Not like a show stealer, maybe, but
Yeah, but I mean, it would be.
Yeah, if WWE was actually smart enough.
Ricochet's not with the company anymore, right?
No, he's not.
No,
he's
he's
with
in
AEW
AEW now.
Yeah. He probably. I mean, it's probably been like a few months now, I guess.
Not like a few. It's gonna be heading to a year. I want to say May.
Yeah, I know he made his
Also-
debut at All In London that year. So
Punk's got 20 stamina. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Who
he's
has
having-
stamina?
Punk.
Oh,
CM Punk. The best in the world. Your arms are just too short to box with God.
okay. I'm looking for somebody.
I think WWE.
Who I
uploaded
got
that
here?
photo
It
on
was
Netflix.
either you were or I was suggesting it.
Yeah.
But I think at this point you were actually saying who you want.
Chester.
And let's see, you were trying to find someone that could actually synergize with someone.
Or maybe it was someone to replace Blair?
I
The mid
don't
card?
think so because you just did the tag team call out, and Blair was
Well, no,
one of
because
the
the main card already has Becky and Asuka at this point.
Yeah.
Mm.
I
Yeah,
was
'cause
also
I-
trying to kill the rivalry Punk had with Batista so I can have him face Styles.
yeah. I think you had the tag team call out
I actually would have
with the
liked to
women's
see
tag
that
team
rivalry,
champions.
Punk and Batista. I think that would have been pretty good.
Didn't they had one before or no?
I don't think so. Like I think the closest thing was like, well, they didn't really have much interaction. Like, but there was that one moment where like Batista attacked Edge, and then that led to Punk cashing in on Money in the Bank. They kind of like just briefly walked by each other.
Oh, true. I know what you're talking
14.
about.
Because like Batista got
The
screwed
old-
out of the world title one too many times. And he's like, "No, I've got to really show up. Yeah, you're just a sniveling coward or whatever." And then Punk's like, "Yeah, I can cash in."
Just gotta check again.
Yeah, I was making sure.
Yeah, I think you were trying to find someone to go against Jade Cargill now. Because I think
Okay,
you already
so-
had her against Scarlett at one point, or
Yeah.
maybe they
Yeah.
haven't. I'm not too sure.
I think you were looking for someone against Scarlett, but I don't know.
Did they not have the new like tag team titles at this time?
Oh yeah, this is when I tried 7 different things, but the problem is everybody was taken.
No.
Look, okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, this is where now I remember. This is where I got Naya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was either going to be her or Jody Garcia, which you had in last season.
I'm not like most guys.
Yep. She's
And-
really the whole package.
Yeah.
And yeah, to answer
the
your
whole damn.
Yeah, to answer your question, Eli, this game came out in March, and the new title designs weren't introduced till April.
Huh.
Yeah, I was trying to think.
Okay.
I thought it was like at least been a year since the new tag titles were introduced.
Well, we are going to be guaranteed with the new title designs and all that.
Yeah.
I just don't think we might get the women's titles because it
The-
might be.
The Intercontinental and United States, from what I heard from a Twitter live stream from the developers, they will not have it, but it is a possibility that it will be in the game in a patch update.
Okay.
It may come around August, I think they're going to be saying.
I think that'd be silly if they had that as paid DLC, like championship belts. That'd just be silly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Approach that damn.
I think as long as it comes with the pack, then that's fine.
Yeah.
Because
Speaking of belts, you know what I think that I heard WWE is basically making indie championships.
yeah, it's the ID thing that they're doing recently.
Yeah.
Yeah. And speaking of which, yeah, the Prospect ID championship belts that they've been doing.
Okay.
Speaking of which, the newly revived Evolve show, basically it's like their indie promotion in a way that is on A&E. Guess who's also in it?
Who's also in it?
Another Anoa'i, Lance Anoa'i.
Oh. So, God damn it, you can't escape these guys.
That's true. Yeah, because because whenever I tend to look at the Wikipedia page for the list of WWE personnel, it shows basically who's on what roster, who is commentating for that roster, who are the referees and all of that, and who are basically the free agents are. Well, the quote-unquote free agents that are
My
not
wrestler's
branded.
so happy.
And, of course, ones that they have signed that they are training in the Performance Center. That was originally that, but now those ones that were training in the Performance Center are now mainly going to be on the Evolve.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is war.
So,
Of course, you realize this means war.
so Joey got Nia Jackson that one. I guess that's gonna be big for her.
Yeah.
Fuck. Wait, you put
You
it
were
in
trying to
triple
do a
threat?
whole joke.
Yeah, I was.
Wait, who did I veto champ somebody, but I didn't see who.
It was Daiki.
Yeah.
No.
Of course it was.
I was gonna say something / whole career.
Of course it
everybody
was.
says.
I'm not even surprised.
You
at
were
this
in
point.
first place. I had to slow you down
No,
somehow.
I botched the whole thing. Sorry. Now I gotta think of a whole new joke.
God damn it.
Damn it.
Enough with the whole jokes.
I like
Hey, I got. Hey,
I
come
got
on.
this
I'm still thinking of a whole lot of them. All right.
Enough.
God damn it.
Girl power on this week's Raw. Woo!
Yeah, it's been it's crazy how you have like 3 matches that have female talent. It's something that you don't see that much.
No
Network.
such thing as ladies first on
Yeah.
this Raw card.
Okay, ECW.
Yeah, you
Oh man, the stupid
Oh,
ECW.
Dub.
did
Those
had a
fucking-
contract negotiation for
I know, but still, like
okay.
I hate dealing with those all the time.
Yeah, and
I like that message a
and
lot.
this
Like, I would love
budget
to say-
though, if it weren't for that shakeup you had, you would have likely started with either 280 or about 300,000.
almost half my money.
So, was this the time when? No, I might be getting it wrong actually.
So the draft happened. The Fiend trade. You did the trade. You traded the Fiend for Dexter Loomis, and you asked for Kevin $50,000 as well. And
trying to
accepted.
fuck him over.
Yeah.
He had two.
Yeah,
he had 2 contract negotiations happen. Dropped him down to 100,000.
Bro, why did they decide to give Kevin money on that week? He would have lost both of them.
Yeah.
Well, no, I think he still lows them around because I think he lowballed both of them.
I love other walks
Well,
like
yeah,
that
that-
loser
But
Undertaker.
like, he at worst, Kevin would have.
That loser Undertaker with his Mickey Mouse tattoos.
He would have chose one or the other because it would have been too much.
Yeah.
Walking around here saying die, 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 and all that monkey crap.
I just love trying to find videos that do the barbed wire thing because the other one was
Yeah,
just
I
more
love-
of a
I love
still image, and then I like move it in a way with the
like
blood splatter and all that.
Yeah. I love that one and the first one you did for me.
Yeah, it was a great one. Daiki's of course was just like all over because it's all rainbow because that's basically what the brand is.
Oh look, even back then, Robert Roode was my least popular star. Which I don't understand why. Like he was like a champion of mine before. I think I made him world champion the first season or this season, like when we first started it.
I think so, and I
wasn't
think
Bubba
you've
with
been
the-
dropping. I think you haven't been like utilizing him well
Yeah.
because there was some other
Well,
rivals.
I had nothing for him back then.
Yeah, exactly how it was.
I think you
And
actually.
I hate
got
saying that
me
because I like Robert Roode a lot, and when I have these kind of stars that like I feel like can do more, then it's a problem.
Ooh, he's going big on the talent scouts.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's
Well,
why.
this is where you fucking get Kurt Angle.
So, of course, this had like the opportunity for you to either just go ahead with the 5 weeks, or I think I was also saying like how much it would likely be for the end of the season, right there.
Angle.
Which at this point it's like a steal. So so there you go. Yeah. And I don't know if you were going to try going for another search for someone.
No,
Yeah.
like after that, it was like I was done because like I had someone big as Kurt Angle there, so
True. So there you go.
That's fair.
Finn Balor.
I'm honestly surprised you just sucker Kevin Owens to being the world champion at this point.
I think he
I know I did already though.
did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Finn Balor, who I'm
I was just
pretty
giving
sure-
other people chances who haven't
Yeah.
used for it yet.
Finn Balor, who I'm pretty sure has won more. In
So
this
yeah, there you
campaign.
go. You got the Robert Roode match again.
Meanwhile, I couldn't get the freaking title off AJ, even if no matter how hard I tried.
They didn't have a fixed match.
What's up?
I'm not biased at all.
Wait, what was that, Eli?
I said you didn't even have a fixed match.
Trust me, he
No,
would.
It wouldn't matter because he had that shakeup.
Oh yeah.
Remember, AJ wins all of his matches.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, true.
Wolf.
I think even if you were trying to utilize a fixed match during that on the opposite, it would. I think it would work, but I'm not too sure.
Look at the Rock's very good manicured nails right there.
What
Look
the
at them
fuck?
goosebumps on them.
What the fuck am I seeing?
You will never get. You will never get. And the Rock means never get as manicured styled fingernails like the Rock.
Denizens of hell don't need manicures.
The Judgment Day versus Yeah Brother.
Otherwise, I call them the Hulkamania.
Yeah.
It fits. I mean, it does fit.
Yeah. Top 10 tag teams that aged well. Davey and Finn Balor.
Top 10
Yeah.
people that hate Hulk Hogan.
Those guys out of all people would finally break the Judgment Day. I swear, like the Judgment Day have been like my go-to tag team. Like they carried that flag like for the longest time.
Yeah, true. I mean, they've been like your longest tag team champions.
Yeah, like no matter what season when it was, and even probably back then, like in the last game,
like Mr. McIntyre for me.
They would lose it, and then they would gain it again. That's how it was last season, if I'm not mistaken, when you did a tag team. With I think it was the War Raiders. I'm not if I'm mistaken.
It was the War Raiders.
Okay. Yeah, and I gotta say, it's very fitting how like you want have with your synergy with the tag team. Fighter and fighter, bruiser and bruiser.
Mm-hmm.
I think you were like thinking so much of who's gonna be like or which match gonna be the top one and all that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's fair.
I had to make sure, depending on like the class they were in and like what level of the rivalry they are in.
Yeah.
So I wanted to be sure.
Yeah, and I think this is the one that either I was seeing like what other challenges you had, because at that point it was basically optional. But it's great to do as well.
I think we all had like long past our like mandatory like GMO challenge things by this point.
Well, for the season challenge, because remember, you only need to do was 5 just to get a Hall of Fame trophy.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I remember still doing mine anyway because I was like, oh, that'd be neat.
Yeah, true. So funny thing about like this year about the whole GM trophy thing than last year, one objective was deleted from this year's compared to last year. So they did not do it. It did not work, however, whenever you do like multiple people to actually play instead of just against CPUs. But basically, if you were in first place, you would have gotten another GM trophy. That's how it was in 2K23. If you were doing it against CPUs. But if you're doing it with any other player, it does not work. So they ultimately removed that. And I gotta say, it's more fairing to have that removed anyway.
Yeah.
Because easily you could still get so much fans, even if you have the most fans. and still have less of the GM trophies. But once, like, saying first place in that because of the whole trophy count, it's like, really?
You can always have to send the Fiend out and bring people in at gunpoint. Go watch ECW! Just freaking the Fiend popping out of someone's TV with an AK-47. Are you watching ECW today?
I think more the Hammer.
Real steel. Is that a steel cage one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
basically
that's a
that's a steel cage booster.
Yeah. I
That's
noticed
counts-
they get the tables one.
Oh,
I
that's
guess the
Paul's
tables
freaking.
and stuff.
Yeah, that's Paul Heyman's power card.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm using my special counsel.
They're called my attorneys.
My clients.
My acquaintances.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
My slaves.
My
No. Crazy story. There was gonna be. I mean, luckily it did not happen, but Paul Heyman would have died in WrestleMania 17.
Wait, what?
Really?
I don't know if you heard the story, but Tommy Dreamer was actually, a soul-hearted to Paul Heyman with ECW. But by the time that he found out that Paul Heyman was secretly being paid by the WWE, and of course when ECW shut down, Tommy Dreamer got very, very upset. And what he was going to be doing was purchasing the gun, go to WrestleMania, point the gun to Paul Heyman, shoot him, then shoot himself. But what made him not do that? He got in a phone call from Jim Ross saying, "We're still thinking about you. You just got to hang on in there." That was just all he needed to stop him.
I
Holy
think I've heard of that story.
I did not hear about this. That's fucking scary.
That is scary enough. Yeah. So
God, imagine like probably arguably like the best WrestleMania ever being like dealt with something like that.
yeah, the best WrestleMania indeed.
I mean,
I still
think it's 19.
I still watch it so many times. It's like when you think of so much of it, it's like the unexpected heel turn of Stone Cold Steve Austin to team up with his boss. The TLC 2, that was the second TLC match, to say the least. That even the spear from the top of the ladder, not from like literally on the top of the ladder, but you know what I mean.
My heart's always at the first one, man. Like the spots in there are actually crazy. Bubba literally just like falling off 20 feet down, like maybe 30 feet even. Like that was fucking tall, and all those tables. Jeff Hardy swan-tying off, trying to get Devon but missed. Devon and Jeff hanging on for dear life, and while Devon was like so scared of heights.
Yeah, that is a thing. Yeah.
And then Lita getting involved in her Karana, and she got speared for it.
That happened in that WrestleMania.
Yeah. I know, but that first one, like, just ouch. That was a crazy ass match. Loved it, and it's right. They're right to do it again. Like those three tag teams are always
the first TLC match that happened in SummerSlam before that Mania, if I'm not mistaken, and I think the Hardy Boys won that one. Yeah. But what made TLC 2 successful from that?
Edge and Christian won it.
Yeah. Wait, they won the first ever one?
They did. They won.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. What made like TLC 2 so successful? It's like not only the successor, of course, of the first ever TLC match, but it's also felt like the successor of the ladder match that the three teams had the previous Mania. Because when you think of a WrestleMania moment when it comes to those three teams, it's both the ladder match and the TLC match.
Yeah,
They went
definitely.
all out on it, and it was just like nuts at
They were the
how
absolute
everything went.
best matches.
Yeah.
They're still the best in those matches.
True, yeah. You
No
can't
one's ever
think
come
of
close.
you can't even think of anyone else that could take over the style of TLC like how
Not
they
even
did.
Shawn Michaels, like with his like experience with ladder matches, is able to match that.
Well, yeah, true. I mean,
That's one of Shawn Michaels' specialties too.
yeah, the ladder match, definitely.
Yeah,
I mean,
Yes.
hell, if he ever needs to dispute something between two, he just brings out a ladder and says, "There you go."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could say that if it weren't for those type of matches to be introduced, you would not know what to expect. Now, funny enough of how like the steel cage match types are, it's like WWE introduced the rule that escaping the cage actually results in a win. Before, escaping the cage would actually lead into a disqualification. And this is outside of WWE. So back then, ruling was, of course, for the steel cage, it's like no one to come in, no one to come out. And yeah, and it was of course just a pinfall and submission to win and all that. And a lot of people have been watching steel cage matches with AEW. It's like he just escaped the cage. How is that not a win? It's like they're not going with that ruling.
Different rules.
Yeah. You can think of any other structure and then make your own ruling for it. I mean, hell, WCW War Games used to have a cell on top, like, a cell piece on top of the cage. Now with WWE, it's just a cage in general. And I think they decided to do that anyway because of a scary I think botch. Yeah, I want to say a scary botch that happened that I think someone got injured where they were trying to do a power bomb, but the opponent's feet got like was just touch it, like kind of caught on top of the cage selling and then dropped right on his neck. So I think they decided not to go with that with the WWE structure of War Games. But when you get, of course, to the Elimination Chamber, there's so much different things to expect from that. Of course, like the original made for it, they actually changed the locking of the Elimination Chamber from the first chamber to whatever chamber match happened after.
That just made me realize, why can't we book Elimination Chamber matches? That'd be great.
Because it's only once a year now. It's on the pay-per-view.
And if you were,
like,
yeah, and in my GM, you could only go up to 4, which I think you could still only go up to 4 for next year's game anyway.
Dang.
I do think they added a few more match types that can fit with the other match rules. I think
I saw Gauntlet and Gauntlet Eliminator.
Yeah, that's
People were expecting. People saw like preview, like I think CM Punk doing like a an elbow drop or splash on top of the ladder, and it showed Money in the Bank. I'm gonna say this. I don't think there is gonna be a Money in the Bank because the preset objective without any title up for grabs, or even a Money in the Bank up for grabs anyway, is the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so strange. Like, couldn't they just put the money bag from the tag team ladder match from Edge and Christian against the Hardys? What about that? Put anything else on there. It would have been something different. Put a contract or something. Sometimes you expected so much to be changed up there, but yeah. But I will say I'm actually glad for some of the changes now for it. It's like they finally, I think they finally doing a different mini game for the ladder matches, and the submission wheel is back, and a lot more easier I think this time instead of utilizing the control stick.
Nice.
So now we finally got through all of the simulation from this.
Yeah.
I know how I would like normally go with all of it, but yeah. Do you know what's actually surprising that I have not seen yet from this year's game, but I have seen in last year's game? A poor opening, like 1 week, someone gets a poor opening and finale.
All right.
Because there is
I think it was.
Yeah, there is a possibility that your mid cards are way better than your opener and finale.
Yeah.
I know one of us got it. I just don't remember who.
I want to say it was you. I'm not too sure.
Hmm.
I don't know.
I feel like someone's gotten it before. It's just been a long time.
Well, not from
when I
this
was-
season, or not from this season, not from last season, but last year's game, someone had.
Yeah.
I guess because of how much more structured we have been recently with all this, it's like your best bet is basically getting a poor one or the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even with like so much of the rivalries that you tend to get, you even want to try so much to start up one, and it never happens. And Daiki, I think for your sake, the tag team rivalries have been like the biggest pain throughout the seasons.
Yeah, there have been some rivalries that just haven't grown in back-to-back weeks at times. It's been kind of frustrating.
Yeah, even if you were going to be trying to like build one up for 3 weeks, and it says we're not doing a rivalry, get away.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you two are synergized. One of you is a face, one of you is a heel. How are you not gonna work out in all of this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is difficult to try getting the way that you want, and they decided even if like tag teams don't seem well with the fans, and you get the show notes and it will say it's like they work okay as a tag team, it's like they have no chemistry.
Yeah.
Mm.
I do want to say as well, when with more of the matches, I could have actually done match reports to see like how much better it is for every single one, and of course show everyone's stamina from like how much they lost and if they gain morale and all that, even popularity. But I think it's like it takes so much time anyway just to do that for every single one. But sometimes it's curious if you get someone that, let's say, they have a 24 stamina and you put them in a high stamina costing match and they don't get injured and they're ready to like down to 5.
Yeah.
Right.
I think someone has even reached down to 0 before and even did not get injured.
feel like someone reached 2 stamina at one point and still didn't get injured. I can't remember who it was.
It was
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like I know, but in my first season on doing this, I think I had Karrion Cross and he went down to 0 stamina and didn't get injured. But I had him on but I did put a pre-match physio on him. So maybe
true. That did help.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even so much of seeing the viewership and revenue now is actually much more increasingly than how it is for the first season. It's a lot better now whenever you get those logistics upgrading and all that. And I will say you would actually gain so much more money with last year's game, but then you ultimately like spend it on the logistics that you already unlocked and all that. And I think this basically fixes it all up because I tend to hate trying to buy for the logistics, and that's why like some of the logistics are that's why some of the power cards are changed and all that. Because back then Eric Bischoff's power card was, of course, all logistics would be free.
Yeah.
And now I think it's a boost for the logistics for his power card.
Yeah.
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 And that also gets rid of the power cards to make a certain logistic free, because the one that would be the most helpful when it comes to that one is, of course, the arena one.
Yeah.
And even I was like very annoyed whenever I get to do the matches and have to do the logistics, because it's like a lot of times I want to get someone, I just gotta hope that I have enough money to do something, and it happens. Sometimes you get lucky and sometimes you don't.
Yep.
I think that's even how like 1 week I had like a terrible week with it, because I had to like get more the locals for part of it. And yeah, I even want to see more what else happens. And I think when I was doing this, yeah, this was more the turning point for ECW with the fan count.
Yeah.
I even love so much the show notes that could just make you laugh so much. It's like, yo, Wolfgang winning a match, the losing streak's over. And
Yeah.
let's see, maybe it's just me, but I think the perfect triple threat match has fan favorites outnumbering rule breakers.
Does that actually affect the match quality?
No, not really. But the best way to do the match quality for that is if you actually have 3 different roles of the wrestlers.
Yeah.
Wait, classes, and it's classes. So yeah, it's like if even specialists I can synergize with the triple threat and fatal 4-way matches.
Star. So wow.
Because you know how it is, you never really see them have a synergy connection thing whenever doing 1-on-1 or even a tag team. But triple threat and fatal 4-way they do, as long as there's only one of those classes. Yeah. So yeah, we went through the whole entire simulation, and everyone basically remained in the same places, and Daiki is just close enough for the 4 million fans for another Hall of Fame trophy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And now we get
Hey
to see
there.
who gets hit, and it was Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
I think I was.
Which I didn't think it went through.
And he even got hit with
Oh.
a bad advertising as well. So of course the advertising logistic would only go down to level 1. So whatever matches were with that, you would only have to do level 1 of that logistic.
Yeah. That's
I even find it crazy how you get something like this, but haven't really put him in a match.
Yeah.
And then you get the email with the whole flu stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but imagine if you actually did use your match and it causes more and more wrestlers to get sick.
Dude, that would have
Yes.
been insane. It's like we need you this week. You have to power through it, and then it shows like whoever he wrestles with, they get it as well.
Also get sick,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then suddenly it's like spreads throughout his entire roster.
That would be the worst. Another thing is like you could even get someone injured even though they haven't got injured during a match or haven't been in a match. They would just email you.
Mm.
I do like how the whole email system works now because you don't have to like go one at a time and all that. It's very helpful for a lot of the contract negotiations because man, last year's was very difficult to think of how you want to do it of it because you get this one and you're judging if the next one's going to be higher or lower than it. Then you already did the whole like the power card to extend the contract for them, and then there's the one for 40,000 more.
Okay.
Yeah, I get annoyed with that a lot. Well, that is definitely gonna be the end of this one. So next week, of course, the recordings are all better, so you don't have to worry about another commentary episode.
Another
So,
snuff up.
yep, thank you. Yep.
That's it back.
Well, either way, yeah. Thank you guys for watching this. If you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell notification, have the all post notifications so you don't miss another upload. Check out these guys' channels. The links will be down in the description below. Once again, this is Rain from Rain Plays Games, and we will see you next time.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
Looks like you're done here. Go outside and play.
Right. I remember that so well, actually.
So remember, no surrender.